7:56 a.m., October 17th, 2024. The atrocities, the war crime, war criminals, atrocities. Oh, do I know what those are? Have I witnessed those? It is so horrendous in here. What I have said for 5 years that went on and still goes on in this property. It is so fucking horrendous. Okay, so that is still going full speed ahead. I cannot talk about this place. I have no right in a million years to start talking about this place on the fucking computer, on the internet, on the TV, anywhere. Okay, I am to tell the public, I told you, all of you, over and over, and this you'll remember, there's only one GRU. That GRU saved my life, is still saving my life. Okay? Any GRU that chases a woman around while she's making eggs and bacon is not a GRU. And he would never be a GRU, because accomplishing that and how the Russian military initially structured it to accomplish being GRU takes a career of experience. So you have to pass psych exams. And people who pass psych exams, who have those kind of skills and those kind of qualifications to be a GRU, don't chase chicks around cooking eggs and bacon. They don't chase women around, especially when they're just cooking eggs and bacon. For one, they need their skills somewhere else. To be a GRU means your skills are needed other places. And for two, they just don't chase women around. There's a point in other countries besides the United States where they don't chase around and behead women. The United States and India are barbaric. India and the United States are in competition with who gets the gold medal for rape culture and violence against women. We outdo most Middle Eastern countries, United States and India. Yeah, we do. We outdo them. Okay, so when you put the pieces all together with how they've hired sex workers for every sort of job you can possibly imagine, all right? They've empowered these people who have psychiatric issues. They've given them jobs. They've given them positions of power. You understand why the violence of women has gone off the Richter scale in the United States. You understand why they're saying they're GRU. I'm GRU. I'm going to chase this chick around inside of 1509 S Street Northwest. She's cooking bacon. I'm going to go get her now. I'm GRU. No, this is what happened. There's the evil military that consists of some U.S. fucking creeps from Hawaii. Most of them are white supremacist neo-Nazis. Consists of Japan. It consists of some serious fucking creeps out of Saudi Arabia, some certain countries in the Middle East. It consists of some devil motherfuckers from Israel. It was this group, a conglomerate. It consists of a very heavy presence of Russian military personnel. Oh yeah, and equipment and warfare things. It consisted of multiple countries. That's the evil military. They're still around. They know when to back off. They won't come stalk and chase me around. Like I said, Japan, when Japan is here, I hide. Yeah, you need to hide. Because if I go volunteer myself and sacrifice myself like a sacrificial lamb to Japan, they won't pass it up. The evil military, Japan's one of them. And then you have these really evil white supremacist bastards that came out of Putin's military. Remember I said there's two Russian militaries? Right. That's the GRU you read in the paper. Okay? They think they're GRU. They were shown and trained some high skilled, I don't have words, but you get the point. Very high skilled. They might have maybe a master's degree if that. They're not Russian spies by the sense of how hard it is to actually become one of those in the way the military actually had it initially structured. Putin took over his half of the military, just like in the United States with Trump and Biden. Like in the United States, all we do now is recruit mostly white young men, and we teach them to go just annihilate China. We're teaching them to fight on genocidal means. Kill all China. Kill all China. China's the enemy. We don't even teach these young 18-year-olds who are recruiting. We're not recruiting. It's not the good guys in the good U.S. military. We're beyond civil war now because there's too many allied forces. But in some respects, it's like a civil war. We have two U.S. militaries. So the good guys in the good U.S. military are not out trying to kill all Chinese people. But these creeps that are recruiting these mostly white young men are teaching them just to go kill Chinese, kill Chinese, kill Chinese. Because China's the main threat here. China doesn't have a problem with their military going into couping and treason, rising up and fighting each other. China's military is very, very strong. China's politicians are desperate and hanging on to power. And they're trapped in a communist military country that they tried to overthrow with a gang of white neo-Nazi guys. And they were stupid enough to put it all over the paper. Look at me, look at me. I'm with the Prince of Saudi Arabia. Look at me, look at me. I'm with the Iran Ayatollah. Look at me, look at me. I'm with a gang of white neo-Nazi Canadian creeps who wear blackface. Look at me, look at me. I'm with Biden. Everybody knows Biden's with the Prince of Saudi Arabia. Look at me, look at me. We're going to bring all these white and Arab motherfuckers. We're going to attack you, Chinese military. And we're going to sit here in China because we think we're so big and bad. We're high on drugs. That's our main problem. We took too much drugs. This is a cry for help. It is. And there's no help coming to the Chinese politicians who tried to overthrow the Republic of China. Okay, so what we did, the neo-Nazi white supremacist military here in the United States, was recruit a whole bunch of white boys, 18, and taught them how to go kill China, go kill China. We don't teach them anything about the history of wars in Asia, anything, dude, nothing. We don't teach them anything about their ancient culture and civilization. We don't teach them anything about their politicians are behind this, not their military, because we're with their fucking politicians. We're teaching these 18-year-olds that we've been recruiting to go kill China just to go try to fight that fucking military. That's a suicide wish if you try. You're committing suicide. I would rather defect and run away than go fight the fucking Chinese military, as stupid as you fucking are. But go ahead. This will be the last time the West marches into any Asian country. Mark my words. The last time. When you're dealing with Asian countries, you go to the talking table. Japan has to be annihilated. They've attacked everybody one too many times. This is the third time in world history Japan has just outright attacked people. Okay, there was a war they started before World War I, and then they were involved in every single one after that. Japan and the West are clearly problem governments that have to be annihilated. Okay, otherwise they're going to keep sitting starting wars, and nobody wants it. Nobody needs it. My life has been destroyed for 7 years because of these assholes in the evil military. They started it. Now what we're dealing with is these losers in Putin's Russian military who are really dangerous. They know fighting tactics that you don't want to deal with. When Putin's military is here, I hide in my room often, but they're not the evil GRU. The evil GRU, that's equivalent to the good GRU that came here to save my life. They're equal to, they're the same as, in skill level. The evil GRU is in the evil military. Do you understand yet? Okay, so the evil military knows to back off, but they're very vengeful, and I'm concerned about what they'll do to the United States because of the loss. All right, but Putin's Russian military, his gang of white boys that he's recruited over there, and his gang of criminals, he's hired people out of prisons that he's recruited over there. They keep coming here and saying they're Ukrainian. They come to the United States. They flood Europe. All right? They engage in atrocities and war crimes. And then this is my point. So then Putin tells them, well, hey, you've got a master's degree. You're not one of my prison convicts that I recruited. You have about 3-4 years in our military. I'm going to award you a GRU status. And the scumbag who engages in atrocities and war crimes in the first place, he hasn't passed a psych exam. Okay, he's going to believe it. He probably has maybe a drug habit as well. He's going to believe it. And the press is going to say he's GRU. Putin's been doing this a long time, ever since Novichok was being put all over the country of England. He's been sending in dildos claiming to be GRU. It's far, far, far from reality. They don't go on TV in the first place and do television news interviews. You'll never see that in your life as long as they're GRU. They have to retire and get out of the military, at least that department. All right. And getting out of the military in that regard means months and months and months. You kind of have to decompress and go through these things. I can't talk very well. Levels like, okay, here's this time has passed. Here's your papers, sign this. So on and so forth, dude. You don't just jump off and go onto the TV. You people in the West believe anything you're told. So this guy's driving around in his car in the suburbs of Moscow when he's in the middle of war. He knows the Russian good guys are going to take him out. He's driving around in his car, gets himself shot by the good guys. Okay, you need to understand that's not GRU. No GRU actual real skill level of the men that saved my life. I owe them my life. I'm very loyal, yeah. Would ever be driving around, going to get eggs and bacon in the middle of a war. Okay, I'm up to 12 minutes. I've had enough of the US press. Putin, you're dead. You're Dracula. Lay down and die. I've had enough of you. And I've had enough of the Saudi royal family thinking they're taking over my country. Lay down and die. Adios.